How's it going, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. First, I want to say thank you so much for making this channel what it is. We are slowly approaching 100 subscribers, and with your help, we can actually achieve that. You can help this channel grow by subscribing, smashing that like button, and commenting in the comments section below. I would really appreciate it. But we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. With your help, we can break 100 subs. With that being said, I wanted to show off one of several Star Trek phasers that I have. And I have to say, by far, this is one of my favorite phasers. I always wanted this phaser when I was a kid. The first time I saw it, I knew I wanted it. And then years and years later, Diamond Select ended up releasing this thing, and I was able to get my hands on one of them. And here it is. It is the Star Trek III, The Search for Spock Type 2 phaser. And just like with the Enterprise refit, the Constitution class refit, this phaser is just beautiful. I mean, it is the Lamborghini of phasers, in my opinion. Now, many of you may agree with that. Many of you may disagree with that, each to their own. But for me, this is something I always wanted as a kid, and I got my hands on one of these a while back, and I'm very happy to have one. The acrylic base, however, did not come with this. I got this separately on eBay. I forgot what the eBay seller was. I think it cost me like 20 bucks, something like that, 25 bucks. I forget. But I tell you what, it's a really, really nice acrylic display piece because it literally says Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. You know, it's got the emblems there, and it really makes the phaser stand out, especially if you have a nice display. If you guys saw one of my videos of my Star Trek collection, you clearly see, you know, the stuff I have in that video. I have a few phasers. I got a couple communicators up there, a couple of Klingon goblets, but I'll review all that stuff in the future. But for right now, I wanted to focus on this guy because I love this phaser. It's one of my favorite phasers in my collection. Not to knock the other phasers. There is one I will bash. Most of you will probably guess which one it is. But this phaser is just amazing. What's cool is that, you know, it does separate into its two components. So to activate the little hand unit here, basically you press this button. You turn it on first. Let's turn it on. Okay. Now we got the first setting right there. And yes, it does light up in front. Okay. Set it to the next setting. And there you got it. And what's cool about this is that all you really got to do is just hook it up like so and put it right back into the body of your phaser. And now you got the complete Type 2 Star Trek III, The Search for Spock phaser. It's such a cool little phaser. The only thing that I wish with this thing that it had was a volume control, because even though you can hear it, and in my apartment right now it's dead quiet except for me, you know, babbling on about this thing. I wish it was just a little bit louder, but I guess, you know, being that it takes 3 watch batteries, more or less, this is the best you're going to get. But for what it is, it's a really nice phaser. I'm trying to remember. There's a way to make this thing go into self-destruct mode. I completely forgot how to do it. I forgot how you do this now. But what's cool is in standby mode, it does that, which is really neat. So if you have this on your belt or on a holster, it looks really cool. But you can see the pistol grip right here when you turn it onto this side. It's actually got these little covers for the screw holes. If you had to access this weapon, unfortunately, to get to the electronics or something shorted out, you're going to have to really dig into this, which is a shame. But I tell you what, they actually took the time to try to make it look like it wasn't assembled with screws. I kind of wish they plaster welded this thing or used some other form of you know, I guess, tooling to put the two housings together. But, you know, I guess this has to do. I mean, you got to realize this came out a few years ago. So, you know, I really appreciate the fact. Almost all the Diamond Select and Art Asylum props and toys and starships all have these screw covers. So at least they took the effort, unlike Playmates, which is ugly. You see the screw holes in the screws in some of their props and toys and starships. But at least Diamond Select made the effort to really make this thing as, you know, as realistic, in quotes, as possible. I mean, to me, it's one of the best phasers out there, though the only thing I can really complain about is I got big hands. The pistol grip on here is a little tiny for my big fat fingers and my big hand, and it's very square except for like the front of the pistol grip right here. But I mean, what do you expect? It's supposed to be a futuristic weapon. It's supposed to look cool. It's supposed to look streamlined. It's supposed to have that panache about it that, you know, I guess you want to say the lived-in universe, you know, so to speak. I guess if we had phasers, I guess this is the way it would be, you know. At least, you know, in my opinion anyway. You guys might disagree with that, but whoops. But anyway, to me, it's a really, really nice phaser. I really love this thing. It's by far my favorite prop or toy or whatever you want to call it from the phaser collection that's currently available if you're able to get your hands on this. They're fairly expensive these days. I forgot how much they were when they were first released years ago, but these can go for like $2 to $3, in some cases even $400. Yikes. But I tell you what, I'm very happy that I got my hands on one of these, and it's just an amazing, amazing phaser. It's really cool. I forgot about the emitter. Yes, the emitter does light up. Now, it doesn't deploy any type of beam or anything like that. It's just for show, you know, of course. I'm sure that there's some genius out there that probably modified this to shoot a laser light and or like an actual laser pointer or install a laser pointer. I know a lot of guys did that with their Type 2s from the original series phasers. I don't have the skill to do that. For me, it's just a static prop, and it's only cases like, you know, making this video I would actually, you know, take it off its display case, or if I want to nerd out, if I'm watching Star Trek or something like that, you know, I'll grab my phaser and treat it like it's a fidget spinner. 'Cause that's all it really is to me, you know? But all in all, it's a great phaser. The display stand really makes it pop. I really love the display stand. I forgot what the eBay seller's name is, but you can find these. They're like a dime a dozen out there. Like I said, I think I only paid like $20 for these. And most of my props or toys, or I think my Klingon Vorchak class Playmates ship actually has a acrylic display. I would love to get acrylic displays for my other ships, but, you know, for right now, I'm kind of content with what I got displayed. You know, I still got to make room for all my other stuff that I got to put out there that I can review for you guys. But with that being said, we have the Diamond Select Star Trek III, the Search for Spock Type 2 phaser, a really, really nice representation of what we saw on the big screen. And a little factoid here, with the exception of the motion picture in The Wrath of Khan, I've pretty much seen every Star Trek movie in the movie theater. I saw Star Trek 3, 4, 5, 6, First Contact, Insurrection, Nemesis, the JJ Treks. I've seen them all in the theater. But I'm very happy at least I got to see Star Trek 3 as a kid. I wasn't old enough to see The Wrath of Khan, though I'm not sure my parents would have brought me to see it anyway. And I was born in 77, so that knocks out the motion picture, of course. But again, I'm very happy to have this. It's such a great, great weapon. A great prop, great toy. Great display piece. It really epitomizes, you know, the Star Trek universe. And for me, it's by far one of my favorite phasers in my collection. So, with that being said, again, the Star Trek 3 Type 2 phaser from the Search for Spock on this really beautifully made acrylic stand. With that being said, everyone, thank you for checking out my videos and watching my content. Like, comment, and of course, subscribe. It helps the channel to grow. And with that being said, until next time, everyone, take care. God bless. Stay safe. And I'll see you soon. And by the way, live long and prosper.